If you haven't already, I think it's a good idea to take some time to outline the answer to this question. Who do you want to be? Let me get more specific. What is the image that you want to portray online, on social media, on YouTube? What is the image that you want to portray? And I met with someone today to do a content strategy session, and I asked her this question, and she did ask me to clarify it. So I could do that here for you as well. What do I mean? What image do you want to portray? Well, the way I explained it to her or tried to elaborate was like, when you look in the mirror, that's an image, right? That's an image that you see. It's a reflection of who you are, whatever it is your visual makeup may be. That same reflection in the mirror is what is seen here online when you turn on the camera and you create a piece of content. And I'm going to keep this in the context of YouTube. I think it's going to be in your best interest to dissect that reflection you see in the mirror and try to step outside of yourself and analyze the image in the mirror in a manner in which is coming from the perspective and the eyes of somebody else. Particularly dissect the image from the lens of one of your audience members / subscribers / potential clients, current clients, potential customers, however you want to put it. Look at yourself through that lens. What would you say, the image that you see, what does that say? What does the way you wear your hair, the clothes you're wearing, the makeup, if you have makeup on, say, the details about you, in terms of what accessories you may have on, So I guess when I say the reflection you see in the mirror, put your best foot forward in terms of your appearance. Like if you were going to work or if you were going to a place where you wanted to be taken seriously, I'm not sure how to put it, but give it your best shot in terms of getting yourself together. That image, what does it say about you? What are those things communicating about you? Like communication isn't only verbal. A lot of communication comes from the visual aspects here. So that's one way to answer what is the image that you want to portray. Like that's the literal way to look at it. I think the other side of that question that I'm trying to get at, which is very difficult to put into words, but it's just like whether we want to acknowledge it or not, believe it or not, adhere to it or not, there's certain facts and truths about how society operates 9 times out of 10, most of the time. And you can be intentional about your image and just have in mind, like, what is it that you're trying to give off when you show up someplace? And if we're just keeping things into the context of YouTube, what is the image that you're trying to portray when you show up on YouTube? It's something that you can be intentional about at some point on your journey. I get it. If in the beginning of the journey, all you can focus on is turning on the camera and, just focus on the basic skills of creating content, I understand that. But I just feel like at some point along the lines, you can take a moment to look at the image or think about the image that you would like to portray and take your time to cultivate or maybe tweak certain things about your present image in a way where it starts to match what you want to give off when you show up on camera. Does that make sense? I just feel like another way to put it is like, who do you want to be? Are you able to answer that question? Do you know who you want to be? And again, keeping it in the context of YouTube. Do you know who you want to be on YouTube? You can get on here and be anything and anyone you want to be. My daughter watches, kid-friendly content here on YouTube, and I took a moment to just analyze some of these people she watches, or I've come across the YouTube homepage, like this guy named Blippi or Miss Rachel, for example. Essentially, those are characters that they created, and they built a world around this character and created a content bubble for themselves to operate in. Do you see where I'm going? If you were in a movie and you were the main character of that movie, who would they be? What would they be like? What image would they be portraying? I'm trying to flip it and put it a number of ways just so I can, one, for myself, learn how to get someone to understand where I'm coming from, and two, I'm just trying to be clear with where I'm coming from for you in this moment, because I want you to be able to take something from this here video, One more analogy or parallel that I could draw for you when it comes to personal style, perhaps you're interested in figuring out what your personal style is. You kind of want to be clear on some different aspects about yourself so that you can express that through your clothing. And I think the same is for YouTube. You want to be clear on certain aspects of yourself so you can express that through your content. And most importantly, not most importantly, but what I'm trying to focus on with this particular video is the visuals, the image. Image is very powerful. Have you ever heard a saying first impressions are everything, or a first impression is a lasting impression? What impression do you want to make on people just once they, click on your video or they start to engage and interact with you in some shape or manner? They're watching the video. They're using one of their senses, their sight, to take in information and make decisions, whether that's conscious or subconsciously. So I'm putting that question on you. Who do you want to be on YouTube? How do you want to come off? What are you trying to portray and convey with your visual communication? It is something to think about and to be aware of, because over the span of your YouTube journey, don't let anything that I'm saying, I hope, discourage you or get in the way of you just doing the act of content creation. That's just as important to do. But on this journey, you can start to be intentional about your visual communication, your image, and let that work to your advantage in terms of, or in regards to, some of the goals you may have for yourself that pertain to your YouTube channel. Let it work for you to attract and build a community full of people that you desire to have. Others can come that aren't in your ideal, that don't include your ideal target audience member. But let it work for you in that sense, and let it work for you in a different number of ways. But I do hope that this was able to give you something to think about. and consider in terms of not only building a YouTube channel, but building a strong personal brand. If you made it to this point in this video, I'm done with the video, but I just want to share just how I'm feeling in this moment with whoever's willing to listen. This is completely probably off topic, but I think it's on topic in some shape or form. I just, right now, I'll start with my visual communication. I don't even know exactly how I look on camera right now, but I do know it's not my best. Though I've never let that stop me in the past, the more I become aware of this, the more that I'm trying to practice really showing up intentionally and thinking about my visual communication and my image here, the more sometimes turning on the camera does get a little bit difficult, or I'm just like, ugh. A big thing always for me is like my hair isn't right. It's not how I want it to be. I did try to do my own hair again, and it just didn't turn out right, Just didn't turn out right. So there's that. I am tired. I am just kind of feeling like, ugh, because I'm just trying to, I am working on adjusting some things about how I get my content done. I didn't get to finish planning my content for the week, so I had to do one of these more off the cuff type of videos because I don't want to not post. So I'm pretty thirsty. There's no water in the house. There should be some soon. These are just things that I feel a bit bogged down by, but all is well. Other than those complaints, I guess I just shared, I'm blessed, and I'm growing and I'm working through things and I'm learning things, but shit's not going exactly how I want it to right now. And creating content through that, being brave enough or bold enough to still record this video and post it, even though it's not my best self, my best work, it takes some courage, It takes some courage and just some level of effort just to just do it, just create your content, So I just had to get that off my chest. I wanted to start the video being like, oh, please excuse my hair. And I was going to write a little blurb on the video, just basically saying what I'm saying now, just giving all these little anecdotes. But I've decided not to do that, thankfully. And thank you for just listening. And yeah, I'll see you in my next one. Things will turn around and be, the viewers may not even notice anything that I'm noticing, but as the creator, there's just a certain form and fashion that I would like to be going about this right now, and it's taking a little bit longer than I would like, but hey, I'm here trying to drop something on you, and I'm coming from a place of care. We got to build these personal brands. And I said it today, I had a breakthrough in my own messaging that I'm trying to craft here on my channel. I want to help you identify the different elements of your personal brand that you want to strengthen, that you want to develop, and let those aspects of your personal brand inspire the decisions you make with the content that you create, That's what I'm trying to do here. I believe, at least. I'm just working out I call it the blueprint. I had a blueprint when I first started this channel, just outlined my niche or direction, just gave me some guidance, Things have evolved, things are changing, and I'm working on blueprint 2. So I'm updating my one-liner on my channel. I'm saying empowering you to build a unique and powerful personal brand with style, on-camera confidence, and strategic content. That's my little draft. Tell me what you think if you made it to this point of this video. But yeah, I'm still fighting. I'm still pushing through. And that is it from me. Thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.